Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today's topic is, it doesn't mean you are failing. Really important. So, take a nice couple of breaths. Relax your body so that you can breathe. Don't be so exaggerated with your breath. Just let it feel natural. Breathe in something good. Exhale the bad. All right. So, it doesn't mean you're failing if you have symptoms or pain. That doesn't mean you're failing at this TMS mind-body stuff, right? It just means your brain has not been convinced yet. Right? This is a teaching process. And let's look at it like anything else that we are learning. Let's say you're going to start taking a foreign language. And you're a week, a month, 2 months into it. Are you failing if you cannot speak fluently? No. New musical instrument. You've been playing it for a week, a month, a few months. Are you failing if you're not a virtuoso yet? Absolutely not. So your brain has had a long time to learn how to be highly vigilant, turn up the nervous system. We've got a lifetime of experiences that can ratchet things up for us. So to expect that you're going to basically walk around saying, all right, brain, I know what's going on, shh, and have it buy into it immediately is not terribly realistic. It does take some time. Now, the good news is it doesn't take as much time as you might think. I used to hear some people say, well, if you've had pain for 5 years, it's going to take you 5 years to get rid of it with all the neural retraining you have to do because you got 5 years of wiring that you have to unwire. That is absolutely false. Don't even get that into your head. And for those people who never thought of it, don't even let that sink into your head. It's not true. I've seen people with decades worth of pain get better in, a few months, right? Because with the right information, dialing down the fear, shifting your attention away from the symptoms, basically the stuff I teach on a regular basis, the brain will, with a little bit of time, not too much, will eventually go, wow, they're actually okay. They're not afraid. They're not concerned. They're starting to do more and more, shifting their attention to life, engaging in the outside world instead of engaging in their own fearful, catastrophic, worrying, anxious thoughts. So don't worry about this unwiring process. But please, I can't tell you, a lot of times I see people saying, I still have symptoms, so I'm failing. I'm doing something wrong. I'm not getting this. My brain isn't doing this. Look, it takes a little bit of time for your brain to trust the messages of safety. And one of the most important things there is consistency. Let's go back to the language and the musical instrument. Do you think you're going to get well or get really good very fast if you're only practicing 1 day a week or a few days a week, but not the others? Right? You're not going to build up that habit. And in the case of mind-body work, it's the habit of thought. It's the habit of not reacting with such a high degree of negative emotions to the symptoms or the pains. We just really want to be consistent. I guarantee if I were to want to, play the piano at a high level, I'd get better way faster if I practiced daily than if I just practiced a few times a week. It just compounds quicker. So what we want to try to do is get these correct thoughts, emotions, and behaviors surrounding our symptoms to become habitual and consistent so that the brain actually trusts it. And I use this example a lot, but if you're freaking out one day and then the next day you say, Come on, I get it. We kind of hit the reset button and go, nope, I get it. I'm actually not in danger. That's not consistency. And then people do get dismayed when they realize, I stopped freaking out, and I've been consistently doing the, reminders and reassurance and all that kind of stuff. I've been doing that for a few days and nothing's happening. So, again, the brain is doing its best to keep you safe and alive. And if you were just freaking out a couple of days ago or a couple hours ago, try not to believe that you're failing when the brain doesn't buy this message of safety that's not quite consistent. So the right message is important, but it's not going to work the first time you try it. And I say it may not work the first 15 times you try it, but if you're consistently showing up in a calm, reassuring manner, not flipping out anymore, or at least flipping out less, things are going to happen for you quicker. And so, this is a bumpy road. Things go up, they go down. If things are feeling good and symptoms should happen to show up, stay consistently calm. Remind yourself that, hey, this is part of the journey, but I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not failing, and it's not my fault. The subconscious is the one making the decision whether or not to keep the symptoms going, to increase them, or to dial them down. And from everything I've seen, it absolutely correlates with the subconscious brain's perception of is something dangerous going on. So I may do another retake on the various types of danger that the brain may be perceiving. I'm going to add that to my list, but I'm not 100% sure, because here's a key point to remember. We don't have to figure out exactly what the brain is perceiving as dangerous, because a lot of people will say, look, my symptoms change seemingly out of nowhere. I'm not consciously thinking about it. I'm not consciously doing anything wrong or worrying or, oh no, I hope this doesn't happen. Sometimes the pain just jumps. Well, could be a conditioned response where, hey, it's 2 o'clock and every day at 2 o'clock the symptoms jump. The brain just expects it and delivers it without you consciously doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. None of this is your fault. And if symptoms are still with you, please, please do not judge yourself as failing in this effort. You're learning. You're unlearning, right? You're unlearning some of the old fears, beliefs, habits, thoughts, emotions, and you are learning new ones. So try not to judge yourself as failing. You're not. Try not to judge yourself as doing something wrong. You're not. The brain just hasn't learned yet. And if it hasn't learned yet, perhaps, like music or speaking a foreign language, it just requires a little bit more consistent practice of doing the right things. So that's what I got for you today. I hope everybody is doing wonderful. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Love you.